Hello, hello, hello. In today's lectures, guys, I'm going to show you how to set up your pixel code and track your events like a pro for the self-liquidating direct to sale strategy and funnel. First, before I start, I need to tell you that if you are using WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, and all of these companies that have partner integration pixel installation in APIs, you don't need to do any of this because they read and recognize everything that happens on autopilot. That's why it's called partner integration, because Meta has worked with them together to make these two platforms talk to each other very well. But they have their disadvantages in building these sexy funnels and upsells and bumper sales and stuff. So if you're using a partner integration, most likely you will not need to do any of this because all of this is automatically set up. So as the events are happening, Facebook and Meta are reading that people are completing purchases and how much are those. But if you're a hardcore guru, like I am, and most of us who like to build specific design funnels, and you're using Go High Level, ClickFunnels, Leads Pages, and so Cartflow, what I don't know, there's so many of them, you're going to have to install your events manually. This is a pain in the ass, and sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the times it works, so you need to test several times and make sure that it's firing properly. So we are now in direct to sales. So the only event really, guys, you care here is your sales. So people land on the landing page, on the first page. You don't really need to put an event there because Facebook will read page view anyway on autopilot if you want to see few pages. And because you can also see that statistics in the ads manager if you go landing page views to see how many people view it. So you don't really need to install that event. It doesn't mean anything to you because I install only events that I'm optimizing ads for. I don't care about anything else. Now, in order to do that, you need to go to your checkout page. This is where all the magic happens. Checkout page needs to be built well. Here's your template. This template works. And what you want to do is you want to get the exact URL you're using as always. Always make sure it's the URL, make sure you don't have UTM parameters and all that crap, and you make a total mess. Then you go to your business manager on Facebook and you go to events manager. Let me just refresh a little bit. You go to events manager, you make sure you're in the right ad account. You can see on the top right. Where are my data sources? Okay, I'm in the wrong account. I told you, make sure you're in the right account. Boom. So, we are in the right account. Now, you go to Events Manager, you come to the three-burger menu, you can find it somewhere here, and you go to Data Sources. Now, you want to choose your right pixel code. For me, it's LearnArts Pro. So you see, guys, what I said, page views, they just installed by themselves. You don't have to do that. You go to Manage Integrations, here on the right, Manage, Open Event Setup Tool. So you want the Event Setup Tool. Okay, how it works. Now it asks you for the specific URL. So remember, we copy it from the previous browser. I'm going to chunk it here, and I'm going to click Open Web Site. Now, boom, so it opens the specific page, and here is the meta event setup tool. Now here is interesting, how do you install this for success? Because now you might have one bumper order, you might have two bumper orders. So now what is very important, guys, not just Facebook to register a sale, but it's also important to understand how much money is that sale so you can optimize better. So the best way, there's many ways. You can watch YouTube videos. If one way doesn't work, try to another way. Go to YouTube, right? How to set up a checkout page, pixel code, events, etc. for targeting, for ads. For me, the most accurate and the best way I found over the years, and the one that never, it never lets me down, is the following. So this occasion, you're going to track a new button. and automatically you see it allows you to select which button do you want. So I'm going to say I want to track this button. Now you want to select the event. For us, this is a purchase event. You select the event, so it tells if somebody clicks this button, it is a purchase event. And now where it gets interesting is value. You want to enter the value. So it says use value from initiate checkout. We don't have checkouts. This is more for e-commerce and Shopify stores where the pixel is reading the shopping cart. We don't have that in funnel building and when we're selling courses. Just choose value on page or don't include. So we want to choose value on page. So now it says which value do you want. So he's reading numbers anywhere. So the first thing you want to make sure, guys, that you're selecting something that's just the number and the currency, nothing more. Like not. Sometimes you might have only $7. The other thing is in this case scenario, because we're using bumper orders, guys, you don't wanna, you see, automatically Learn Ads is my core offer, $7 membership. But if somebody select a bumper, I want that price to be dynamic. So if somebody clicks here on the test bumper, on the order total, the number will change. So let me show you how that looks like. So look, this is the order total on the regular page. If I click bumper, look, order total is 54. So in the item section, it adds the bumper, and if you have two, it's going to add the two of them, and it's going to and your real price is going to appear in total. So you want to set up your pixel to read the value in the order total, and like this, you see, it remembers it very well. Click confirm. I forgot one thing. You can select the currency, guys, which currency it is. Let's say for me is okay. I'll just leave it in British pounds. I don't want to waste time. And here it is. The event is ready, and like this, every time it's going to read the right amount of money that people are purchasing. So you can see every purchase of how much money. Again, these have zero impact on what happens in reality and in your cash register and in your business, but this is what kind of data you're sending back to Facebook to learn from, okay? And even if you messed it up, it's not going to mess your sales or whatever it happens. It's just sending Facebook the right data. So you want to say, tell Facebook, well, this person bought only 7, this person bought only bumper orders and stuff. Then you go, you click finish setup, boom, don't show this again, skip, and it will appear here. Now you can go and test events if you want. Again, I told you before, sometimes it takes hour, 2, 3 to appear here, sometimes doesn't appear ever, but it works. So run the ads, don't worry about it. Then I'm gonna put the checkout page, I'm gonna go open. Now I'm going to select, so if I go to the test, you can see immediately, guys, it read page view, so you don't need to create this custom event. You see, it just recognizes somebody viewed this page. But now if I select the bumper order, and I want to click complete order, even though I didn't put the stuff there, if I come back here, say subscription button click. So this is what Facebook recognizes automatically, but I set up a purchase event. And this happens all the time. That's the way Meta works. It works in mysterious freaking ways. So if I went now and refresh this many times, it might show as a purchase. Maybe it's going to show half an hour later, but it already works. We install it, and if you want to do better test, what you do, because this is just the way it is, it never changed. Over 10 years doing this. Same shit all the time. You can go back one more time to manage integrations. Click manage, open event setup tool, open event setup tool, do it again, open the website, and now it's going to appear and it's going to show you events on this page. There's purchase, button text, click edit, check everything is fine. The event is installed properly. Finish setup, and you have nothing to worry. Even though in the test it just doesn't appear as it's supposed to appear. Typical Meta, nothing you can do about it, nothing I can do about it. Go and run your ads, optimize them for purchase, and don't freaking worry. Now, if you have an upsell, this is where things get a little bit shite, but again, it is because it's Meta, and it is because you're using funnel builders and they don't talk to each other so well. So this is where a lot of people get very frustrated, including myself. I consistently get frustrated. The way to install the pixel code to read that next purchase, which is not really of huge importance to me. I haven't seen huge improvement if I register it. What happens is sometimes I just get event duplication. It shows me this purchase and then it shows me that one, and actually it's one person buying one thing, but it reads it by two, because all I want is to know how much it cost me to acquire a customer and how much money that customer brought to me on the front end, and how much money I'm losing. Am I breaking even, or am I in a small plus? Okay, so as I said, now we care about the cost per acquisition here. That's my main focus every time I set up an event code. Now, we can go to our upsell page if you have one, because you want to track that as well. Again, when you're using partner integration, you don't need to do any of this. It's a beautiful place to be, but you don't have the options for bumpers and stuff. Depends who you are with. Every platform is different, and with the ClickFunnels, Go High Level, the good platforms for funnels, that we have a little bit of difficulty reading that, but it's not always the case. So let me show you what you do. So the first thing you do, you come to your upsell page. So the upsell page, you've seen the template, I've shown it to you. You want to come here, and the first thing you want to create an element. This is Go High Level. Listen guys, all these builders are the same, doesn't matter which company you decide to go with. So what I usually do is, first I want to write somewhere only dollar value. So I would go subtext, it's here. So I'm going to do the following. I'm going to do $27. Then what I'm going to do is I want to hide these so people cannot see it. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go into the settings of the text, and I'm going to select color to be exactly the same. So as you can see, I make this transparent. Look, you cannot see it, right? Because I need that to select for the value. And this is a trick that I invented myself because I couldn't realize at one point how to do it. You save in your whatever software you're using. What you see here is Go High Level. Don't forget to publish it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now we get the exact URL and we go back to Facebook. Now we want to install a new event. You come to the overview, to the main page, because we already installed the main purchase event. Now we go in and go manage integrations, manage open event setup tool. So this is how you track the upsell. This is a pain in the ass. There's other ways around with custom conversions, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. If your initial purchases are working with the bumper orders, you're on the horse. Go here, open website, same standard operations. Oh, let me see. To use the Facebook, make sure that your browser. Alright, so if you're using a browser that has ad blocker, like I use Brave that blocks all the ads, then this is not going to work. So do it on Chrome, guys. You see this browser on the bottom, Brave? You don't get ads, it blocks everything. So if I try to do this on Brave, it doesn't work. So I'm coming here now. So now you can see here, nobody can see it, but if I do this, hoppara, smarty. So now again, I want to track this button. So as we said, when people are here, because they already give their card details, the system is not going to ask them again. So if they click this button, they're going to get charged immediately the next fee. So you're going to track button again. So track button, you select the button you want, you select purchase event, value, choose value on page, and you select this in the bottom. So you see guys here on the left, it read $27. And there is GBP. Alright, I just need to change this to USD. But I don't want to waste time now, it's somewhere here. Where are you? USD? Boom, there it is. Confirm. Boom, the event is there. And remember, if you change the words on these buttons, your whole campaigns, pixel codes, everything collapses. So don't ever change words in the button. Don't change anything. Keep it as it is, because the way this works, it reads, you see, it reads what's actually in the button. The text, yes, let's special characters and everything. So then you go finish setup. Skip. You can come test events again. So if you want to test, you go clear activity, website again. I'm 100% this is not going to appear here, but 90% of the time it works. Anyway, it's just the way Meta works. You see, again, it takes 30 minutes. We're not going to wait for 30 minutes. You see, it registered the page view, which basically means the pixel code is working, guys. And if it doesn't register your event, don't worry. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, again, it recognized the subscribe button click. Automatically locked. But your event is installed. I would suggest, again, just go, just in case, if you're not sure, go to overview, manage integrations, open event setup tool. Yes, check one more time. I always do that. That's for me the most secure way to see. Track button, the right button, click edit, cool, that's the button, that's the value, cancel, all good, finish setup, finish, don't ask, skip, boom. So your event is installed. So I hope this makes sense. Don't stress too much. This is changing every single freaking day. And if something is changed in the meanwhile while you're watching this video, I will do updates. Ask in the Facebook group. I really don't like to teach this and stay away from it, because this is not an advertiser's job. This is a developer's job, and I'm not a coder. But I have a, because I've suffered a lot, so I learned how to do it. Okay, so yeah, give me so guys, this is the same for both self-liquidating tripwire, self-liquidating direct to sell. It doesn't matter. It is the same way, because the only event you care about is the purchases event. You don't, even if you have a tripwire, people go to the lead. If you don't care about the lead, you don't have to install it, because you're optimizing for purchases. And that's it. See you in the next one.